This right here, this is about to get graphic. This is about to be jaw dropping. See, I'm going to play two videos for you guys, and then we're going to come back and discuss it. See, the first video, you're going to see the act and play, so to speak. There's actual raw footage out there, but YouTube won't allow me to play that. Lady in a fit of rage tries to get out, tries to run over and kill her boyfriend, her baby daddy. She succeeds with hitting him, but then runs over and takes the life of an elderly man, gets out the car, and begins to rain punches and bunches on said baby daddy. And that's enough for me. I'm going to show you the video, and then we'll see another video showing that this woman has been arrested for domestic violence before. Enough of my mouth. Let's get into it.
Hamilton County grand jury has indicted Tavia Chapman on multiple counts, including murder and endangering a child. For killing an innocent man, he was simply walking into Kroger when he got caught in the middle of this violent encounter. Now, you can see Juwan Lunsford walking towards a car holding a grocery bag, and Christopher Griffith is seen using a cane heading into Kroger. Now, we're not showing the exact moment the two men were hit. The SUV plows into Lunsford first and then strikes Griffith. The driver has been identified as Tavia Chapman. She gets out of the car and begins beating up Lunsford, who's the father of her child. Griffith died from his injuries. Chapman was indicted today on 1 count of aggravated murder, 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of felonious assault, 1 count of attempted murder, and 1 count of endangering children. If she's convicted on all of these charges, she faces a possible sentence of life in prison.
After she plows into these two people, killing the one man, her car was disabled. She exited the vehicle, leaving her 8-month-old baby in the car, and proceeds to go to her boyfriend and start beating him after he's been run over by this car.
The prosecutor says he does not believe that 8-month-old baby was injured in all of this, but you can see from the video that after Chapman beat up Lunsford, she then goes back into the car, grabs the baby, and then tried to flee the scene. But the prosecutor said it was those bystanders that made sure she did not leave the scene until police arrived. Reporting live, Rachel Hersheimer, WLWT News 5.
Cincinnati woman is held tonight on a $500,000 bond after allegedly running down 2 men in a Kroger parking lot, killing one of them. Our David Winter has more details on what happened Wednesday night and more on that innocent bystander who was unfortunately killed. David.
Yeah, Kyle, it is a story full of heartbreak and irony all the way around. The man killed was not even the alleged target, and he ran a nonprofit aimed at driver safety.
A completely innocent victim that was struck by the defendant while that victim was exiting Kroger's died from his injuries. That gentleman is depicted right here on his motorcycle.
The assistant prosecutor at the bond hearing for 24-year-old Tavia Chapman. The picture the prosecutor was holding is this man, Scotty Griffith.
My heart is just shattered, completely shattered.
Molly B. True dated Scotty for 5 years, and even though they broke up in 2019, they remained close. She had texted him Wednesday.
I saw that he hadn't read the text, so I had like a sick feeling in my stomach all day. And when I saw his friend Bill calling me, I knew that something was wrong.
This is cell phone video from the scene. Police say Ms. Chapman was arguing with another man at the Kroger in Spring Grove Village when she got in her minivan and tried to run him down. Police say she hit him, breaking his leg, but then also hit Scotty Griffith, who was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
She thought she hit the brake, perhaps she hit the gas, and there was no intent to harm anyone, let alone kill somebody.
Chapman's defense attorney argued for a low bond. The prosecutor argued for a high one, citing 2 other cases, an arrest in 2020 for allegedly using a hammer to break her ex-boyfriend's windows, and an arrest last year for allegedly beating her 7-year-old daughter with a belt and punching her in the face.
I'm here on his behalf since he can't be.
Molly spoke at the hearing this morning. She wants to make sure there is justice for her friend, known well throughout the local music and motorcycle communities, who survived a motorcycle crash and fought back from paralysis only to start a nonprofit to help others avoid getting hit by cars.
Yeah, Molly says Scott Chapman used to be a sound man for Aerosmith and ZZ Top. He owned a well-known motorcycle shop in Newport, and then there was that nonprofit, Look Twice Cincy. A lot accomplished in his 58 years of life, cut short in an ironic twist of fate.
So we saw the same videos. We saw video evidence. Hell, they even wanted to reduce the bond, but said, because we've been here before with her. Defacing her boyfriend's property with a hammer, spanking her baby with a belt, then punching her in the face. This woman is clearly either a menace or just feels as though the laws of society don't apply to her. And I don't want to hear that, you have no idea what he's done to trigger her, that kind of rage. Or, I told you how I feel about all that mental health nonsense. I'm not disputing the fact that it's real, but when you take it upon yourself to try to take somebody else's life because you can't control your emotions, there's a problem. And somebody may chime in and say, that's the purpose of mental health. That's what it means. No, it doesn't. There is no excuse for what she's done, because now she's taking the life of an innocent bystander. And truth be told, in situations like that, if you saw that, I'm not sure if that was a police officer or security officer that ran outside, but she lucky she wasn't hollering when hollow tips should have went through her skin. In situations like that, yeah, because everybody saw what she did. She was a threat to the public at that moment. She was a danger to everybody in that parking lot. So she walked away seemingly unscathed. Was it worth it? No amount of anything that somebody could have done should have pushed you to the far over the edge like that. Nothing. Because now there's a strong possibility that 7-year-old baby she had, she'll never see again without being behind bars or in a jumpsuit or without being at somebody's funny farm. Far too often, we let people manipulate our emotions. See, and this is something that, even though my father always told me, he said, boy, don't ever let nobody take control of your mind. And again, I'm not really interested into the backstory, the dynamic of their relationship between the two of them, because again, no matter what he done, no matter if she caught him cheating in the act, no matter if she caught him like somebody else post on Instagram, no matter how pissed off she got at him, it did not warrant her to do what she did to try to take his life and take the life of somebody else that had nothing to do with it and put a danger to everybody else in that grocery store parking lot trying to shop for groceries to feed their family. There's nothing you can say that can convince me of this. You have to be in control of you. Nobody else has control of that. And, it's kind of sad because we kind of glorify this kind of stuff, especially in our community. It's called struggle love. And I'm not even sure why that's a thing, as to where you're not happy unless you're not content, unless you're in some sort of turmoil, toxicity, or drama or fight. There's a particular couple that makes the news every other week with some sort of shenanigans and offbeat toxicity going on. Why is that normal? Like, on what planet does that exist that's okay? Personally, I think they should throw the book at this damn broad, because somebody's grandpa, somebody's dad, somebody's brother, somebody's close friend ain't here no more because this bitch can't control herself. And then she got out the car and again started wailing on the dude after she saw she ran him over and he was wounded. So she clearly did not give a damn at that moment. It was about how she felt. See, and you better not. Nobody better not jump in this comment section and say anything about you don't know what a female goes through. I don't give a shit. That was inexcusable. And if she does walk away with a slap on the wrist or that mental health offense, you have just set a precedent, or you are just saying that a woman can do anything to a man, or anybody can do anything to somebody else and victimize somebody else and say mental health. When is this going to stop? And I'm one of the biggest proponents for mental health, but we got to draw the line somewhere here. I mean, obviously, this broad has a rap sheet where she's done something like this before, where the cops have to come out there and talk to her, possibly had to slap on the wrist and say, now, we can't do that. Like, what if she had actually gotten a 2-for-1? What would that have solved, honestly? After that adrenaline came down, let's say if she would have taken out her baby daddy. Let's say if she would have unalived him, bought him a ticket to the afterlife. Then what? What would that have proven? What would have been the end goal? And she still possibly would have took out that older gentleman. How would that have sufficed anything? How what would have changed? If he was cheating on you, you still did it. If he did something that you did not like, but he didn't do it correctly, what would that have solved? Or if he did something not in a timely manner that she wanted him to do, what would that have solved? As of now, there's no reports that he was a threat to her life or her child's life or their child's life. So what are we really doing here? I often tell you guys, and I've said this before, there are a lot more guys out there getting into abusive relationships with women than we know. No one's just saying anything. And yet again, here goes another video proving it. If it gets to a point to where people get physical with one another, it's time to walk away. It truly is. Now, she's made headline news as a loose cannon, somebody that's unhinged. The audacity, and we live in a day and age where we know cameras are everywhere, to have an intended target, the attempt to commit vehicular homicide, you injure him, but you lose control of the vehicle and you take out a senior citizen. Car crashes, that's not enough. You get out the car and you go pummeling, taking somebody to Punches and Bunches town. You know what this is reminiscent of? I did a video about this some months ago, where some psychopath ran over a female randomly, crashed his car. He got out and started beating her to death with a pipe. This is damn near the same thing, except her intended target is living to tell about it. We got to wake up, people. Have we become so desensitized to what something like this is just a shrug on the shoulder? Give us some Quaaludes, Zoloft, anxiety, depression medicine, slap on the wrist, no harm, no foul. Old boy was in his upper age anyway. How long did he have left? She should be punished. However many years she have left on her life needs to be behind that cell. And again, she got off awfully lucky because trying to watch what I say, she lucky the hollow tips wasn't in her insides. I can say it like that. That officer showed great restraint. She's fortunate enough to make it to trial. Take care of yourselves out there. Keep your mind strong. Do not let anybody affect this. If the situation is becoming toxic, you see there's no reason to with somebody, walk away. Say, hey, you know what? It is what it is. We tried. It didn't work out. I'm going to leave. If you have kids together, try to be as cordial as possible. If you have to have a mediator, go for that. But it should never come to something like this. And the sad part about this is happening more and more often. It seems as though every other week there's a tragedy of some sort of domestic violence. And I hate to say it, but now I'm seeing the increase of women becoming more perpetrators in domestic violence than I've ever seen before in my life. Or maybe this is the first time the light has been shown on it or I'm paying attention to it. You ladies that have sons out there, little brothers, little cousins, male friends, male best friends, you know, nephews, etc. Be careful. Be mindful. Have that conversation with them to the side. You guys, I gotta go and punch on out of here. But before I go, excuse me, I can speak. Before I go, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell. The YouTube likes it and it helps that algorithm keep me in the flow. That way YouTube can stop playing with my numbers. But until next time, you guys take care of yourself. Be safe. Excellence over excuses.